Hello, darlings. Oh, it's beautiful to be sharing this moment with you. So, we are entering a new Gregorian year. Held in the Timed Codex. Sorry, I'm a little bit ill. Ascension symptoms in it, babes. The new time code of 2025, which is 56789, number 9 year. If you've tuned into this channel, you will be fully aware that I do not live by the Gregorian calendar, and therefore the transition into a new year happens for me on the 26th of July, because that is what the Maya and the Egyptians and many other cultures would celebrate as the new year, because that was the moment that Sirius would rebirth from the sky, from the underworld, not rebirth from the sky. What? In the sky. Just pop out of the sky. Hello, I'm back. No, rebirth from the underworld. So Sirius disappears for a while. And on the 26th of July, around the Lionsgate portal, we move into this moment where Sirius is back. And particularly like in Egypt, that was the moment where like the Nile would flood. And the flooding was a really positive thing because it was like the regeneration of the crop, the land for the crops. And yeah, just this really beautiful rebirth moment. But that said, wherever collective humanity is anchored, which is why the Gregorian calendar is so fucked, creates a reality. If we're all saying that it's a reality, it creates a reality, creates a dimension of existence. And the Gregorian calendar's roots are not so loving. So we are anchoring ourselves in a not so loving reality for now. So I will continue to pierce through that dimension of wonky time with some cosmic insights. So here we are, darlings. Before we get started, there's a few things that I would like to announce. Numero uno, I now have a Telegram channel. In that I will be posting updates of all things Galactic Mayan astrology, along with some other funky things that I have up my sleeves for the coming 13 moons and beyond. So join that. You can get your little snippets of little insights about the Galactic Mayan calendar and anything that I've got on the stove and all that juicy jazz, along with some other bits and bobbins, because yeah, I've got some really cool projects upcoming this year. So, was there another thing that I wanted to mention? Oh yeah, come to Glastonbury until the middle of January. I am offering an opportunity to pay in mini installments for a number of months to come and join me in Glastonbury. So we're going to be meeting together on the, I think it's the 15th and 16th. Did I say January? I don't know. I'm a bit not with it. So I'll just repeat it and say the right thing in case I said the wrong thing. So in March, I think it's the 15th and 16th, in the final days of this Galactic Mayan 9-moon spin, we are gathering together in Glastonbury for a 2-day activation workshop immersion, where we're going to be working really closely with the Galactic Federation of Lights. We are going to be journeying into and anchoring ourselves upon the synchronistic timeline. We will be diving into our Galactic Mayan astrology, each one of us, and really learning what it is that we are here to bring and how we bring this alongside others and what our role is in the journey of dense, fearful humanity to liberated sovereignty for ourselves and the collective. It is going to be epic. If you've not been to Glastonbury, holy guacamole, it is one of the most powerful places on the planet. We are going to be slap bang in the middle of town, which is supercharged, supercharged. If you have been to Glastonbury, you know the score. All the information is on my website, so you can have a little goosey on there, along with some of the other offerings that I'm bringing at the moment. So that's all I want to say on that. Should we get into some astrology? I just got to pop it on the computer, so I'll get rid of that. There we go. Go on. So, The astrological year that began in July 2024 was the blue rhythmic storm. This energy will continue until the 26th of July 2025, at which point, well, no, the 24th of July 2025. On July the 26th, 2025, we will enter into a whole new energy. So let's start where we are, shall we? We are in the middle of the blue storm year. We are currently in a 13-year cycle that began in 2019 with the archetype. I'm being very flamboyant with my wrists, aren't I? That energy began in July 2019, before we went into the collective descent, with the archetype of the White Wizard. 13 years of White Wizard. White Wizard is all about alchemy. White Wizard is about us delving into the subconscious, into our unconscious, and bringing up the shit so that we can transform it. We cannot build a new world without descending into the old world, into the pain body. The pain body is the gateway. So these 13 years are showing us, whether we like it or not, what needs to shift. And it isn't about collective reality, it's about individual reality that then affects collective reality. Each one of us is our own broadcasting station. This reality has many narratives sandwiched on top of it. The majority of them you can distill into a space of we are victims, we are enslaved, and we have no power. Regardless of whether you are looking at the kind of social justice layer or the spiritual war layer or any of that stuff, when you climb up the layers, you eventually arrive into a space where we take ownership of our sovereignty. Even if it's in the subconscious, even if it's unconscious, we are choosing to live it. The subconscious, the unconscious is there to initiate us. And if we take the invitation to dive into it and bring it to light, we transform. When we create more conscious awareness in the things that have been keeping us running, asleep at the wheel, like, oh, that thing that happened when I was young that I just keep repeating, or those beliefs that I've got about the world, and that's the way that the fucking world is. Well, if you think it is, then it is. The more that we can dive into those programs, those situations, those whatevers, bring them to light and see them for what they are, which is illusionary, they no longer hold our power away from our reach in our under realms. This is the truth for our personal reality and our collective reality. There is nothing that we can do out there. There is only things that we can do in here. And when we do the things in here, we begin to show up there differently, and that begins to change the collective projection of reality. If we are attempting to change the collective projection of reality without doing our own shadow work, without changing ourselves, we're operating at like 20% conscious awareness. Once we bring that up and out, our conscious awareness grows and grows. So that energy is not trapped. When that energy is trapped, it will sabotage the fuck out of our lives, collectively and individually. So this 13-year process that began in 2019 with the wizard is about us claiming our power to recreate reality, to birth reality, to transform reality through the transformation of ourselves. In July 2024, we entered the 6th rhythmic, that's what we call the 6th in this modality, the 6th year of the process, and that is within the energy of the blue rhythmic storm. This energy continues until July 2025. The rhythmic energy is about balance, it's about equality, right? So, what we're journeying at the moment, and what we're going to be journeying until July 25, is this thing around power distribution. How able are we in our personal lives to have balanced relationships? And when we don't feel that they are balanced, what do we do? How does our unconscious either attempt to maintain imbalanced power relations or create balance through shadow behaviors? So for me, in Western astrology, my ascendant is Libra. So I am super obsessed with how do we balance it? How do we balance it? But what I have tended to do in a shadow way is like, right, I'm going to take all the power and then I'm going to distribute it equally. When I was running the organization, it's like, oh, I learned that I'm a bit of a dictator. Fuck me, was that hard to sit with? Oh my days. So my shadow, even though I was like, it's about equality, the way that I was going about it, because it was coming from my shadow, was wonky as fuck and so far removed from balanced relating. So this rhythmic energy is about how do we balance, and the blue storm is about power and the whole ethos of the storm, right? So the storm tagline is about the arrival of the thunder beings. It's about the claiming of the power. It's about recognizing that if we are in the center of the storm, we are in so much power. And it's not a power over, it's a natural creative force of power. So the blue storm energy takes us from one way of being to another. It supports us to transform. It's intense energy. Like blue storm is not a walk in the park. Blue storm can be a bit of a kick in the face. It can be like, whoa, you are being shaken up, because we need that. We need that to come online. So the blue rhythmic storm year that we are in until July. So we're kind of reaching this midway point. And, when we're in the midway, we've already gathered a lot of learning. We've kind of gone through a lot. So if you were to reflect on the past 6 months with this kind of focus of like, okay, it's been about balanced power relations. Reflect. What have you learned so far about that? Like for me, as I just said, I'm a bit of a fucking dictator. Oh, snap. What do I do with that? Where did that come from within me? And how do I transform it? That's what I can then carry forward for the next 6 months. Hyper awareness that obviously, because I'm still an unconscious being, I will slip into doing the behavior again, but then I can come out of it and be like, oh shit, I did the thing again. Do some more work on it. Do some more work on it. And if you want to do some work with me, babes. So I'm doing now a new coaching program where we look at they call it your personal medicine wheel, right? So you have got your galactic mind sign is made up of a multiple archetypes. You've got helpers, you've got challenges, you've got various aspects to your sign, including your wave spell. And the program that I'm offering at the moment is for us to do shadow work on each of the archetypes that affect you. So it's 6 sessions diving into you, really reflecting upon how you are manifesting the shadow of each of these archetypes, and then clearing so that you can get into the light of each of the archetypes. So again, all the information for that is on my website that you will find below. So, returning to what I was saying, for the next 6 moons-ish, we are going to continue to journey with this blue rhythmic storm energy. So remembering that the 13-year energy is about us alchemizing the pain body. Oh yeah, and that was what I was going to say. So again, if we're looking out into the world and we're like, fuck, I'm doing a PhD in social justice, right? So this is totally my vibe. It's my bag. Looking in the world and being like, that's wonky. Imbalanced power relation, imbalanced relation, imbalanced, 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 imbalanced. And we're not looking inside and being like, oh, snap. We're doing sweet fuck all to change that. If you're leaning into focus on that, and I do think, this is something that I've struggled with in the past. I've kind of been in the spiritual community for 15 years, and yeah, I think I've got quite disheartened in recent years at the lack of activism to build what it is that we're wanting to create. But then I went on this really huge journey this year, of the blue rhythmic storm, where I kind of stepped out trying to change things, trying to birth something, absolutely fried all of my circuits, fucked myself over, and learned that I was really embodying that energy that I was criticizing and wanting to fight. So all that is to say, the biggest thing, the most important thing is like bringing it into ourselves, our shadow, clearing the codes there. And then whatever manifests from that point is clean and clear. However we step forward from that point is clean and clear. So then in July, I'm so excited. So excited. July 26th, 2025. We move into a year of yellow seed. Yellow resonance seed. Yellow seed is about the new, right? Yellow seed is about us planting new things. And yes, there is a deep shadow, as there is with all of the archetypes, in that we've got to be planted really deep in the dark and we've got to break through our old identity. But the yellow seed brings change, it brings newness. And I love, 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 love the storm purifies the land, purifies the energy, and then the yellow seed is planted into the new fertile soil. So the more work that we do on this theme of power at the moment, the more fertile what we are wanting to call in, the seeds of what we are wanting to be called in, are going to be planted into. That sentence made absolutely no sense, but I think you know what I'm trying to say. So it's so amazing to give ourselves the opportunity to work with these energies. And very soon you're going to be able to, I might even, by the time that I've got this video done, have a look in the links. In fact, no, I'm just going to commit to it. There will be a link down below by the time you watch this for an option to pre-order the astrological diary for the new cycle. Now, it's important at this point to say, be like, wait, what? Why is there a new diary when the new cycle begins in July? Ho, 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 ho. The seasoned explorer will already know the answer to this question, but for you newer members of the community, we work with 2 cycles of time within this modality. The 9 moon, 260-day cycle of human gestation, the human being code, and the 13 moon, 365 and a quarter day cycle, our yearly spin. So we have a 13 moon yearly adventure that always initiates on the 26th of July each year. We then have a day out of time, which is the skip day, the extra day that we get bonus. And the day out of time, I will share more about when we get closer to it. So we have this cycle of time that's always initiating on the 26th of July. And then we have the human evolution cycle that is moving at a different pace of time. And that starts each year at different points because it moves in a 9 moon cycle. If that boggled your brain, don't worry, it's all right. But if you want it not to boggle your brain anymore and you want to learn more, get your Galactic Mayan diary pre-ordered now in the link below. Because in about a month's time, maybe even less than that, you'll be able to receive it in your hands. So yeah, We are in the middle of the blue rhythmic storm. We are going to be transitioning into the yellow seed energy, and the yellow seed energy is going to be really beautiful in opportunity for us to spend an entire 13 moons really feeding what it is that we're wanting to see, what it is that we're wanting to live into the earth. The resonant energy, the seventh tone, is about what's resonating. So again, the more work that we can do with this remaining 6 months with the energy of the blue rhythmic storm, the less strong the pain body will be, the less unconscious our patterns will be, and therefore our seed shell will have less murk to break through. The more work we do now, the more easier it's going to be for us to plant what it is that we're wanting to live. And this is, with the journey of the wizard, it's also about manifestation. This year particularly has been more shadow worky, this blue storm energy that we're going to be in until July. More inner work, more shadow work, more focus on let's clear the shit. And then in the yellow seed energy, there's more focus on manifestation. Manifestation is about integrity, the deep desire being able to channel through the being into reality, to magnetize the reality. If we are mucky inside, if we've got a lot of subconscious, well, I can't, but I won't, but I'm scared, but whatever the thing is, whatever those primary fears and blockages and limited, if we're trying to seed a new reality with all of that energy there, we are going to really struggle. The more clear that we can make ourselves for that time in July, the easier, because we will be in integrity, it's going to be for us to manifest. And the beauty is that I think it's 25 is year 7, 26 is year 8, 27 is year 9, 28 is year 10, 29 is year 11, 30 is year 12, 31 is year 13, 32. 2032, we are moving into 13 years of yellow seed. 13 years of planting the new, right? So although we may feel like things are a bit fucked on the planet because our subconscious realms are exploding on the planet and humans have not been keeping up to their work, their inner work, to clear the hard drives, to defrag the machines of our internal selves. Once we arrive at 2032, we are in a space of building the new earth. We are in a space of seeding what it is that we want to live. It's a brand new opportunity for humanity, and it's going to be the one. The more work that we do, the less susceptible we are to the shadowy shit that's happening on the planet. We can only live it if we are a match to it. If we are experiencing it, there's something in us that is the match to it. Take the learning, do the work, break the patterns, feel the feelings, release the energy and the emotion. And then what you're going to align with and align to is what you wanna. You are sovereign, you are free. And the only thing in the way of that is an illusionary idea that was implanted. And it is your responsibility and my responsibility to let go of those illusions. So yes, my darlings, I send you all of my love, and check out the links below. There's some cool shit on there. Join my Telegram group. Have a look at coaching with me. Come to Glastonbury. Do all the things because it's good shit. And I send you all my love. Thank you so much for tuning in with me in 2024. And I look forward to us tuning in again in 2025. Bye bye bye.